welcome to this edition of the Good News newspaper, Christmas edition. We're very pleased to have you with us. I'm looking at some really exciting things this Christmas and some good news. There's lots of bad news out there, but we've got some good news for you. Over to Andy.
Hi, Colin. Yeah, the Christmas edition of the Good News newspaper, jam-packed with seasonal stories. And on the front cover, we have the story of a couple of singer-songwriters named Helen and Mark Johnson, and they've been commissioned to write songs for schools nativity plays. You go to a nativity play school these days, you're likely to see aliens on stage, you're likely to see space pirates, you're likely to see all sorts of things, cowboys and Indians. However, this couple have determined that they are going to keep Jesus centre stage in the nativity play. They've been commissioned to write songs for 20,000 primary schools that are putting on nativity plays. It's a really interesting story about how they have decided that obviously the central character of the nativity play is Jesus, and they're going to keep him central regardless of whatever else everybody might want to throw in these days to a nativity play. So really interesting story. How do you write a song for children for a nativity play? Well, read the article and find out. It's a really good story.
Thanks, Andy. Yeah, and I'm looking at this particular story here. It says it's a fair cop, Gov, and it's on the face of it doesn't look like a Christmas story, but it really is, because it's about this policeman who used to investigate all sorts of different crimes, and the reason he was doing that so the guilty didn't go free. But the message of Christmas is that the guilty do go free. The undeserving, that's all of us, we don't really deserve to have God with us, but he comes to us in the form of a baby. We don't deserve to have him with us because we have ignored God, we've rebelled against him, we just basically treated him with disrespect, but he still comes to us. That's the message of Christmas. And this man talks about how the message of Jesus changed his life, and he found so much release and freedom when he came to know God. So over to you, Andy.
There's so many great Christmas stories in the paper. Back page, we've got two footballers, and one of them is a very well-known footballer, Thiago Silva. He's been out there at the World Cup. He found it really difficult when he became a Christian because, of course, he had to play over the Christmas period, and it really challenged him about his faith. It really challenged him about what he believed and where his priorities lie. But I love the fact that he says in the article, God was asking me to sacrifice something for myself and for other people. I was happy to do that. I spent time with my family, but Christmas for me is all about Jesus. So great article, two sportsmen on the back who both love Jesus. Really good other articles in here, including, Colin, your article on how to survive Christmas as a family, which is really good, and an editorial that, I've written, looking at the story of Scrooge. Scrooge was visited by the ghost of Christmas past. Well, Jesus came in the past. He was visited by the ghost of Christmas present. Jesus was given the name Emmanuel, which means God with us. He's with us today. And of course, Scrooge was visited by the ghost of Christmas future. And the paper, and all these stories are pointing to the fact that if we want to have a future in heaven with God, if we want to be sure of a future, certain of a future, we need to put our trust in Jesus, who came at that first Christmas. So much to read in the paper this month, Colin.
Thanks, Andy. And how can we get hold of the paper?
Yeah, sure. So if you're interested in handing these out, for example, at your carol service, follow the links at the end of the video. It's 20 pence a copy, plus postage and packing. My recommendation is this: when people come to your church carol services, as they leave, hand these out to them to take away with them. They've got something then to take away and read as a follow-up to what they've heard at your Christmas event. So if you're a Christian watching this, brilliant evangelistic tool. Get hold of a copy, follow the link at the end of the video, and give it out at your Christmas events. But give it to people as they leave, because then they've got something to take home with them. And God bless you and have a happy Christmas.